I can't take this.
He should take that poop, put that shit on his Warpaint, and go to town.
Welcome back to KC on Tap, everybody, where anything goes. Joining us again this week is my longtime friend and professional golfer, Douglas William Wade from Dayton, Ohio. Douglas, the green shirt looks great. Your smile looks great. How the hell are you out there? Give the people a full report.
We're doing great, Case. It is beautiful today. I've got my member today, tomorrow, and Saturday. So we're rocking out here at the golf course. It's all good here, man. How you doing?
If I was any better right now, Doug, I'd be you. That's how good I am, all right?
That's
so
good.
Drink that one in. You got some fan feedback quickly off the top. Number one from Ed in Cleveland. Ed may or may not be also a friend of mine. I'm going to leave his last name anonymous, but Ed wanted me to make sure that you knew, as a lifelong Browns fan, he disagreed with your take of them being at one point, 10-1, I believe?
10-2.
Or 10-2, and he said, quote, boy crazy, unquote. That's from my friend Ed. So that's it. That's your fan feedback. Also, well, here's another one. Casey and Doug, you're both blowhards. Go get a job. That's from a Carrie Croft in in Columbus. I'm kidding. Who, by the way, has christened you as part of Perv Nation. I think you have a retort for Carrie. I don't have any idea why she'd think that of me, frankly, or you.
It's disappointing that someone in that kind of position that she's in, being a a public figure with an audience, would just,
she's a woman of the people.
Yeah,
right.
And without doing any type of checking or resource, and it just makes stuff up. It just, it's not what I expected, and it's a little disappointing, to be honest with you.
She fired. That was an unexpected. I mean, I was like, whoa.
It reminded me back when I was like 9, and she was babysitting me, and she was 12, and she got mad at me and called me a name. I mean, it's very similar to that.
She gives this podcast no credibility for the platform of truth, logic, and reason that it is. She thinks that Pornhub should be sponsoring. She says, Perv Nation, folks like you, Casey, and your friends like Doug, Wade, Ryan, shots have been fired. I think perhaps we need to have both of you on at the same time, because I think it's unfair to you and to all your fans. So wanted to say that.
Clearly was the first name that came to her mind, and she said something that I'm sure she wishes she could take back.
Douglas, one thing that is true about you, though, you have had your run-ins with the law, as I have. The song that comes to mind for me is I Fought the Law and the Law Won. See, I've never won a battle with the law. I single-handedly witnessed you in New Orleans get pinned between two back ends of mounted police horses. One of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Scottie Scheffler, Doug, a colleague of yours, a peer of yours, fought the law, and Scottie won. The case in Louisville, the case of the mysterious police officer being drugged behind the car, has been dropped. Doug, the professional golfer, my friend, talk to us about what the hell happened there.
I think we all saw this coming. It's going to be interesting that police officer came out today and basically said, I've got no ill will towards Scottie. I wish him nothing but the best. Clearly, at this point, is hoping there's not a countersuit coming his way. This could get interesting. Scottie's one of those guys I could see saying, you know what, just don't worry about it. Let's move on, which I think is probably what will happen. But I know some other fellas out there who would be sticking it to him. It'd be interesting to see what happens next.
The headline from USA Today, Louisville cop who arrested Scottie Scheffler says, quote, yes, the department has us buying freaking $80 pants, unquote. That's the headline in USA Today. So Louisville Metro Police Detective Brian Gillis issued a statement of his own today, and it was, quote, a doozy, this reporter writes. To be clear, I was drugged by the car. I went to the ground, and I received visible injuries to my wrists and knees, he said. I'm going to recover from it, and it'll be okay. This is the extent of my commentary on the incident. I got to tell you, I need to meet this Brian Gillis. This will be the extent of my commentary on the incident. I wish I would have said that growing up to people. Gillis concluded by, this is fantastic, Doug. Gillis concluded by wishing Scheffler and his family, quote, all the best. But he wasn't done yet. He included a postscript, quote, yes, the department has us buying freaking $80 pants. To those concerned, they were indeed ruined. But Scottie, it's all good. I never would have guessed I'd have the most famous pair of pants in the country for a few weeks because of this. Take care and be safe. Oh, I've got thoughts. This is a law enforcement detective. Thank God he's not in my city. What's happening here? What is he?
Well, he's trying to save face at this point. I think he's.
We've all seen the video. The guy wasn't.
No, man.
All right. These are the charges he was facing: second-degree assault, third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, and disregarding signals from an officer directing traffic. Let me explain this to you. There's no way that this guy keeps a job because he clearly his body camera was turned off, and basically he's got this guy hogtied, and his superiors are like, what the hell's going on? And he had to give him this story. The other police officers had to believe him. I mean, like, okay, bring him. Well, then they start seeing the video, and he's like, oh, whoops, I messed up my $80 pants though somehow. All right, so. And moving on to another big story with one of your peers and someone who just barely edged you back at Kiawah Island in the PGA Championship 2012. Rory barely took down my boy Doug Wade, is in the news today for a cold-blooded service to his wife, announcing, yes, indeed, there will be a divorce and that she needs to get out of the house and get an attorney right quick. Your thoughts on your boy Rory, and will there be a rematch between you and Rory at any PGA Championship anytime soon? Go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's hard to comment on this. I'm not quite sure exactly where it stands, what's speculated, what happened. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I
know what happened. Boy got some bank. Hey, he got some bank. He got married young. He's had a kid.
He's had bank for a while. I mean, they've been married 7 years. I mean, who knows? He said there was irreconcilable differences. I don't know. Who knows?
The Miami Herald headline, quote, you may want to call an attorney right away. Now, I told you and I talked about this off air last week. The rumor was that he is butthurt, and we all know he is at the PGA Tour. The rumor is he has an $800 million deal on the table with Live Golf, and that he was going to divorce his wife before he took the bag.
I don't believe it.
That is so ice cold. Hey, man, I know some ice cold people, dog. That is ice cold. Huh?
It would be. In theory, it sounds correct. I don't think that's happening. I really don't.
The pro golfer served his estranged wife at their family home in Jupiter, Florida. The process server handed the divorce petition to Stoll, Stoll is her name, in person in their $22 million mansion. For those of you who, care about that type of thing. Oh, and the day before, on Mother's Day, Rory had just clinched the Wells Fargo Championship in North Carolina. His wife Stoll was not present. Quote, a phone call will not protect you. Your written response, including the case number given above and the names of the parties, must be filed if you want the court to hear your side of the case. Is this her loving husband serving her?
So exactly what you said right there. Does that not lead you to believe that there's more to the story? Clearly upset about something. Clearly.
If you do not file your response on time, you may lose the case, your wages, your money, and property may thereafter be taken without further warning from the court.
The dude's pissed about something, period.
Pissed.
I try to tell you. That's what I've said when we talked off air. I mean, I think that, I think maybe something was going on with her. Just saying.
McElroy. Now, listen, I know we're going to go after this, but we need sources. The people, the Casey on Tap audience is a highly educated, highly emotionally intelligent audience. So I'm going to cite sources as per McElroy, who was rumored to be dating newly single sports reporter Amanda Balionis.
That rumor got shot down last couple of days.
By shot down, you just mean he said he denied it.
They both have denied it.
Oh, okay. That's never.
Okay, well, maybe. I mean,
well, they must not be. Oh my God! For all you out there, all you
Listen.
spouses out there struggling having affairs, listen. When you get stone cold busted, just say you're not doing it, and Doug Wade will believe you.
well,
hey, old case though. You got to bring a little bit more than that. He's gonna listen. You still follow WWE at all?
no, not so much.
I mean, the WWE right now, you and I both grew up with that, but right now it's, whether you like it or not, it's as popular as it's ever been. Pat McAfee's on the broadcast team. Point is, when the Hulkster turned heel back in the day, when the Hulkster came out and he broke all those hearts, all the little Hulksters all over the world, when he ripped his shirt off and he had the beard and he was Hollywood Hogan, he turned heel for the first time ever. It was the shocking, it's paralyzing moment for all good sports fans out there, righteous and walking the path of taking the vitamins and saying your prayers at night, brother. If Rory, which I think is going to happen, if Rory turns heel, I got to tell you something. I'll be his biggest fan. If Rory goes to the dark side and is like,
hold on, you'll be the biggest fan.
I will. Oh, no, I will, because it's all entertainment. It's all WWE. If Rory turns heel, oh my God. And he's like walking the crowd, flipping people off. I will turn so fast. I will have the Rory shirt on, because that would be the greatest heel turn of all time.
Yeah, but I'm shocked to hear this from you. You have been the biggest proponent of all of this. How, you have.
Right. That's right.
You can't stand the live guys.
That's right.
You loved Rom last year. Now you hate Rom. How in the world are you going to be able to justify?
They don't have Hogan yet.
Wow. So I don't believe a word you say. If Rory turns, there's no way.
The only thing those live golfers are missing out there are those little pull carts behind them. They're out there wearing shorts, drinking beer. You got music playing, 54 holes. It's like a damn scramble. Okay. So yeah. I'm not in any way, shape, or form happy about that. However, what rescued WCW back in the day was when Hulk Hogan came out there. I am a true American. And he laid the leg drop on the Macho Man or whoever the hell it was. He looked at the crowd, ripped his shirt off, and he was the villain. Oh, magic. It's magic. It's sports entertainment magic. If Rory McIlroy looks into the camera and says, yeah, I'm part of Live now. And by the way, everyone who has a problem with it can suck it, because I did what I could, but you can't beat him, join him. And maybe some music, maybe some heel music. Oh, I will be the biggest. Oh my God. Yes. I mean, he will get booed. Can you imagine Rory walking up and down the fairways? These American events, a bunch of drunkards out there just lighting him up. Oh, by the way, here's my new side piece.
Let's hope this doesn't happen.
What?
Let's just hope this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
PGA Tour cannot afford that.
Let's turn our attention now to another heel, if you will, in the NFL, the Cleveland Browns. I have in front of me here the current odds for the NFL teams to win the Super Bowl. Let's take a look, shall we? The 49ers of San Francisco currently lead as the outright favorite to win the Super Bowl at plus 550. Would you like to take a guess who's number 2 without looking?
I would say the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are number 2 at plus 600. Then there's a little bit of a drop off to the next team. Who do you think number 3 is?
It's got to be the Ravens.
It is the Ravens. Good for you. Now, number 4, look, number 4, 5, and 6 really surprised me
I would assume it's got to be in some order or not. It's going to be the Eagles, the Lions, and potentially who else is going to be in there? I mean, it should be the Browns, but it won't be. I'll say the Eagles, Lions, and it can't be the Bills. I mean, you just look at just the AFC. Who's that? Who's that next team? Is it the Bills?
Not who'd you say? The Bengals, Lions,
No, I
and
said
Bills.
Eagles, Lions, and Bills.
The Bengals, the Lions, Bills, and Eagles. The next four.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed the Bengals.
I didn't
or,
say
or the
and I didn't guess the Bengals either. I said the Eagles.
yeah.
But yeah,
That's
that's. I mean,
so the Bengals minus 13, basically 13-1. The Lions 13-1, Bills 13-1, Eagles 14-1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who would the eighth team be?
the Browns, the Dolphins, the Browns.
I personally
Cowboys.
am very. That's correct.
Yeah.
How the Dallas Cowboys are sitting here 15-1.
Vegas is going to put those lines based on a lot of it on who the public's going to bet. They got a big following. A lot of people bet those boys. That's not happening.
It's not happening, but they're 15-1, followed by the Houston Texans, who you know very well. You remember Houston last year in the postseason, don't you, CJ and the boys?
That's one I forgot. Yeah, they should be way up there.
I agree. They're 16-1, followed by Green Bay, followed by the New York Jets, followed by the Dolphins. Both of them are 24-1, followed by the Michael Penix led, Kirk Cousins led Falcons.
Well, and again, I mean, you're starting to get in some teams. You're going to get in teams like the Falcons, the Bears. You're going to get in the Jaguars.
I'm trying to get to the Browns. Is my point.
Well, yeah, but you're going to have some of these teams who clearly aren't as good as the Browns, but they're very weak. They're very weak divisions. They've got a very good shot to make the playoffs. Once you're in the playoffs, things can happen. The Browns are sitting there in the AFC North. I mean, they're in the hardest division of football. It is what it is. I mean,
I don't. You've got opinions. I'm looking at. All I'm doing is looking at the data here. So anyway, let me get to that. Falcons 24-1, Rams 32-1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13. Oh, I mean, almost halfway through the league. We have your Cleveland Browns at 40-1.
Wow.
Cowboys are 15-1. Browns are 40-1. I mean, it is what it is. Las Vegas, again, doesn't think the Browns are going to be very good. The total is 8.5 wins. And week one, based on FanDuel, which is what we're going with on this podcast, the Dallas Cowboys are currently a 1.5-point favorite on the road in Cleveland. Your thoughts?
Well, I mean, that line has anywhere from 1.5 to favorite to underdog.
But we're using this one.
Understand? I get it. Again, Dallas is a very public friendly bet team. The lines are typically swayed in their favor. You've got Watson and Chubb coming off serious injuries.
Is Chubb going to be ready?
We don't know.
That was a nasty.
It was nasty, and we don't know. And even if he plays, is he 100%? It's hard to tell. So those first couple games are a little bit, a little dicey. I mean, basically a pick'em game. It's understandable. Now I'll take the free money on the Browns, but it's understandable why the line is close to where it is. And my God, when you line up 2-time Coach of the Year Kevin Stefanski against Mike McCarthy, that is a huge bonus for the Browns. Dallas is terrible on the road. Come on, man.
I'm looking up an article here. This is why Stefanski won't be back for week one for his modeling contract for his beard grooming supplies. I'm reading this article online right now. Turns out he has a gig. This thing on his face is nice.
What a handsome man.
Right? But it says he might be back for week 2. Depends on how the gig goes.
24-17 Cleveland. Next.
It's in Des Moines. His beard gig's in Des Moines. You're a former Ohio State golfer. Explain what happened to the Ohio State men's golf team. It came down to, we were in the semifinals, came down to the final match, and the guy from Auburn hits the damn TV tower.
This is hard for me to talk about. Florida State's already won their semifinal match. They're the only twosome on the course. They tie the first playoff hole. They go to the second playoff hole. It's number 17 out here. They're playing Omni out in Carlsbad, California. The 20th hole of this match. Our guy hits it in the right fairway bunker up by the lip. Not great. Auburn guy hits it in the left rough. Our guy has to lay it up to about 20 yards short of the green. The Auburn kid hits it, catches a flyer out of this rough, which the kids had been doing all week long. Very hard to judge. He airmails the green. Cameraman can't follow it. John Cook's announcing saying, "Oh boy, that is trouble. Nothing, everything behind the green is just gunch. He's gonna have to take an unplayable." It's Buckeyes are looking really good at this point. They get up there, they come back from commercial, and all of a sudden, this kid's ball is laying in the fringe about 5 yards off the green. Not even 5 yards, 12 feet off the green. What in the world? Kid hits the tower, gets relief from the tower, drops it onto the fringe. We lose in 21, and of course, the next day, Auburn goes on to beat Florida State. It's heartbreaking, and this was Ohio State's best team they've had, and well, since I've been there.
There are some rules in the game of golf, sport of golf, that they're outdated. They need to be changed immediately. One of them is that everyone saw the damn ball ricochet off the TV tower 90 miles an hour the opposite direction. There's no reason because the TV tower wouldn't be there in a normal match. So they should have a guy take the ball and whip it as hard as he can. The guy from Ohio State, by the way, should be able to take the ball and fire it as far as he can off the green. And that's where he should play from, because that's where the ball would have been. I mean, come on.
Part of
what is this, Happy Gilmore?
I mean, that obviously the rub of the green, it's there before you hit, yada, yada, yada. It's just one of those breaks. It is what it is. And, oh, man.
It's same. Here's another rule. Here's another rule for everyone out there like me who stripes their drives right down the middle of the fairway every time. Often I come up to my golf ball and it's laying in someone else's divot. Okay. There should be no penalization. You should be able to take your golf ball, roll it out of that divot onto the delicious, lush fairway at which you deserve. It's the most ridiculous rule. It's so dumb.
I gotta disagree.
Can you get it changed or not?
I disagree with that. There's no way to determine exactly what's a divot. What if a divot's 80% grown back in and it's just sitting down a little bit? I mean, where do you determine the gray?
Roll it out. I want 100% flush fairway that I deserve if I hit it in the fairway.
Speaking of that, I know we got this golf outing coming up on Monday. Are you going to be hitting a lot?
We're going on the road. Doug and Casey on tap on the road, Apex, North Carolina. We're bringing it. Yeah.
You better bring it.
You're bringing it. You're bringing it.
Man.
Unofficially, by the way, I get credit for changing the rule of keeping the pin in. Back to the day, if you putt it, you hit the pin, you get penalized. Come on, it cannot be confirmed or denied, frankly. But I think I'm the one that changed that rule. So you're welcome out there, Golfing America. Douglas, before we go, let's go to a couple questions from the mailbag. What do you say? I know you've listened to Carrie and I. You just never know what's going to be coming here. So are you up for it?
I don't have a choice. Let's see it. Let's hear it.
You do have a choice.
Of course, I'm up for it. Of course,
you can say no. All right.
Go ahead.
Let's hear it. What?
I have no idea. I have no idea what's coming. Who knows?
Remember our tagline. It's Casey on tap. Anything goes.
Anything.
No idea what's coming.
Anything goes.
Yeah. The first question is from a 32-year-old female. Love the show. Love the mailbag. Had a funny thing happen to me. I was dating a guy for a couple of months. We had let me compose myself here. For a couple of months, we had yet to be intimate. The first night I saw him naked with the lights on, was immediately turned off, and told him I couldn't have sex with him. It's been slightly awkward since. Any advice? Perv. Hey, Carrie, you see, that's the problem. Carrie says perv. What are we supposed to do? We have to answer the questions as they come in.
We're not the one writing the questions. I mean, it is what it
is. Exactly. So, Douglas, what we have here, let's break it down, is a young adult. Let's take it through ourselves.
This is pretty easy.
It's not that easy, because I'm going to tell you something. Number one, bro, why are the lights on? And if the lights are on, why? Look, no, that's why they call it bumping uglies. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, maybe ta-da, look at me naked. That's not how it works. I mean, and if you don't look like a chiseled, Adonis with your clothes off, which something tells me she's not turned off because of how physically gifted he was. Why would Doug? I think that's a massive, massive error on his part. What do you think?
Well, I mean, at some point in a relationship, that's inevitable. I mean, I've got questions. How long have they been together? Is she how into
Said she's
him?
been dating for a couple months.
So how
They
into
were
him
dating.
is she? Does she like him? I mean, if she really likes him, then I guess keep the lights off. If not, if she can't get over it, it's 2 months old. It's time to move on. I mean, this is pretty simple.
Sometimes with these questions, like Carrie and I have figured out, you got to make some assumptions. So when you say, depends on whether she likes, we have to assume that she, based on the data, she liked him, she got the icks. And look, here's the deal, bro, dudes out there. Here's what we need to do. You need to get under the cover. Again, they were dating, they're into each other, they're ready to go. We need to do it under the help of low lighting, if any at all, under the covers. And what you want to do is you want to show her the moves. You want to take care of business for that.
Well, what if he thought that keeping the lights on was going to work out well for him, or maybe he wanted to see her. I mean, who knows? I mean, it's just there's a lot of questions.
No. It's not about seeing her. What you just asked is a fair question, and if that's the case, he erred.
Yeah, he screwed up. Yeah, he messed up there.
Okay,
that's
so
bad.
bro,
that's bad.
If it's bad, it's bad.
It's not good.
So my grandpa used to say, once the milk goes sour in the fridge, he's like, you can move it around, put it different places, but usually stays sour. Here's what you need to do, young lady. Allow him the opportunity for a redo, and you just need a blindfold. And then you can imagine whoever you want.
Yeah,
just blindfold.
She could give it one more shot. See, the lights off.
Because she could look. He might want to gallivate around with the lights on, or he's dancing around. He's like, he likes to be naked with the lights on. We blindfold her. Right? Both solved.
I mean, if she's willing, yeah, that's it. That's her only shot. Otherwise, it's on to the next.
Question number 2. I can't take this. All right. Male, 35. Recently cleaned the toilet at my girlfriend's apartment.
Oh, my God.
And he uses the word poop. Okay. I had to clean my girlfriend's poop. And I'm completely grossed out and disgusted. Been dating for 2 years. And I'm struggling. Any advice? Dude. Oh my God.
If he offered to clean it, at this point, it's on him. He should take that poop, put that shit on his war paint, and go to town. Because this is on him. This is on him. At some point, you say, "No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to clean your toilets. I'll sweep your carpets and I'll wash your windows, but I'm not going to do the. But he chose. Yeah, no problem.
You're right.
I'll handle it.
You're right.
So embrace it. At this, that's it.
You're right.
You just take it on.
War paint.
War paint.
Dude, what was it? What was it again?
War paint.
Here and here.
Oh, yeah. War paint.
What? In my opinion, what we have these first two guys, dudes out there, massive errors in judgment. And with that, folks, we wrap up this week's delicious KC on Tap. Thanks again, of course, to my dear friend Douglas William Wade for being part of today's program. Please make sure to tell a friend and download KC on Tap wherever you listen to podcasts, and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. I'd greatly appreciate it. Finally, keep those mailbag questions coming at Casey Wandell, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. Until next week, everybody, remember, don't order the same old thing. Order a KC on Tap. It's delicious. Take care.